Welcome to D2L. What I want to do right now is kind of go over the navigating of D2L for yourself as you're taking this course. So this is just a little navigation overview and to show you a little bit about how the course is laid out. So first you have your opening page and you have your news. In your news section, you're going to find just upcoming things. You might find videos, you might find notes from me, you might find different opportunities, you name it, you got it, it's in there. Over here on the left-hand side will be things that have possibly due dates on them. That will be in the calendar. Also, if you spin your arrow down here, some of those dates will be in bold so you can see them, and then they'll highlight under here if you click on them, if you want to see it that way. There's many ways to see the calendar. That's my warning to you. There are many, but those are just two of the ways you could see your calendar. Let me go down here. All right, much of your information you're going to find in the content. In fact, this is the main place that you're going to go. Content and Communication Online Classroom, because in the content you'll see all your information done linearly. Let me just change this, by the way, to the student view. Sorry. So, okay, back here again. Sorry, we're going to go to content again. And what you'll see here will be only what you're meant to see for that period of time and what we're doing. In the overview, you'll find the syllabus. You'll also find it in the news as well as a PDF, so you can download that at any point. Week 1, anything that is under the week that we're using will be the work that you have to do. You won't have to look up, but you do have to look down. Some of the work will be hidden periodically, so you don't have to see the whole thing. However, you do not have to go back to those documents unless you were absent or you had to make up work or something like that. Once it's done, or it will fall under the next week. And I'll show you what I mean in a moment. For each week, there's an overview and there's a checklist. This is to kind of give those people that overview, especially those people who like a global view of things. You want to see what's going on. So we have information in here, we have the learning path, approximately what you'll be doing and how many hours you can count on it taking, and that's helpful. The other thing you can do is you can navigate through the arrows. Let me draw this in a little bit. Draw this in here. I'm just making my screen bigger and slower. You can use your arrows up here to help you navigate through. So here's the checklist. You do not have to do the checklist. The checklist is really for you. Some people really prefer the checklist. When you do something, you check it off. You feel good. Yeah, I got it done. Okay? But sometimes you don't want to use the checklist. You don't have to. Then you want to navigate through here. And you can just keep navigating and you can do all the activities on all the pages. So if you look at that, you do that in that discussion. And then come down here and you do all of this. Now, you might say, wait a second. Oh, it changed views on me. I don't know why it does that, but it did. Let's go back to here. Sometimes what will happen is when you finish an activity, it's going to show you the next bit of things. So we already did this, but now this blue part is highlighted. That blue part is highlighted because you're expected to complete it, and you already did everything before then. So now you have to go to here. You'll see there's a number 5 here and the number 3 here. That means that tells you how many little content things are in there, not how many things you have to do. You may have to do more than 3 things. So this is 5, this is like the whole thing. So in this little module, you see 3 main areas. So here you have the introduction, the purpose, and the insights. Now once you're in this area, you can navigate through. See, as I go through. And just using my arrows, I can do that. Okay, or I can use my checklist, by the way, if you want to use that instead. I'm going to use, these are my breadcrumbs, and I'm going to use these to go back. Let me go back to here. And I want you to see something. It says that I'm 66.67% done. You're really not, because you have to do this work in here. And sometimes that requires a lot of time. So it actually does not rate how much time, but how many times you've opened something. This will be complete once you've actually put something into the discussion and once you have actually taken the quiz and put things in the Dropbox. Then it will show complete, but it will not show that you're complete to the instructor's expectations. So make sure that you read the directions for each activity. For example, on a discussion board in here, it says what's the purpose of education, but then you're supposed to respond to a person. It will show that you're complete have completed the activity even if you do not respond to somebody. So it's important that you do both. All right, so this is where you're going to find most of your activity. Go through here, I'm going to click on here, and I'm going to come back to this point right here. Purpose, I can go down here and I can just keep scrolling down here and I can see the whole thing. Because you see that this is like a sub-module underneath that, and that is week 1. Now, that will differ a little bit the next time we have class, because not only will you see week 1, but you will see week 2. And at some point, I will hide week 1, but for now, or for next week, you're going to see week 2 for a little while. You see it's in draft. That's because it's hidden from you. And there'll be some work underneath then. But then when you're in week 2, you focus on the work that is in week 2. You don't focus on additional work. So I hope you can navigate around okay and find the work that you need. And if you cannot, please ask questions. The other thing you might need to do is use the online room. Maybe you are an online student, or possibly you're just absent a day, so you need to join us that way. You're going to come to the online room and you're going to download some things. You're going to go here and hit join, but then some files are going to download for you. And you're going to have something, I'm going to show you, that's going to download first, and that will be your Java that coincides with things, and then you'll have a meeting collaborate. The first file you'll only have to download once, but then after that, every time you join, you'll have to join the collaborate file, and that's the one that helps you run that meeting for that day. It will, the page will look something like this when you open it up. Okay, so to talk, you'll need to actually hit talk. Video, to show your video, I have to click on video. So if you're going to the bathroom or something like that, you make sure that's not like that, because you see it's moving up and down. Do not have it on when you're flushing the toilet. Turn it off. All right, and you can chat in here, right in there. You can chat away, and you can write on the board, and you'll see us do this periodically, and you'll do it too. And you'll give an online presentation, and you'll see what that's like as well. So that's the online classroom that you use. I'm going to leave this session. Okay. Oh, no, I'm going to cancel that. I won't leave it yet. So you want to join each time and each week, that's where you go, or a link will be provided for you. Later on, we'll go over how to get the archives, or if you missed our synchronous time, you can then access them and listen to the recordings. I hope that makes sense to you. Remember, go to the news. Next, go to content and follow underneath that week's work. If you have any questions, or you're worried about having your work complete or not complete, and you have anything going on, make sure you ask me and I'll be sure to help you. Thanks so much.